Let's get ready to rumble. How are you guys? How are you guys? Hello, Jesus Freak. Hello, Pamela. Hello, Teddy Bear. Hello, Diane Frank. Hello, Kelly Owen. Hello, Blazing from Texas. How's everyone doing? Missed you guys. How's everyone been? Everyone okay? Hello, Annette. Love you, Annette. How are you, Annette? Mrs. Annette Gabriel. Hi, Pamela. Hello, Pamela. How are you, Pamela? Jesus Freak. Love ya. Love you, Jesus Freak. Hello, Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear says, Diane Frank, hello, I remember you from high school. Where you been? Diane, somebody knows you from high school. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, so on my end, it's we haven't. She said, I don't think so. Pamela's birthday is Friday, guys. Happy early birthday, Pamela. I'll make sure we do a live Friday so we can all wish you a happy birthday. Happy early though from Mr. Funky. What is new with Funky? I'm just laughing at a lot of stuff. Hello, Cindy. Love you, Cindy. Dealing with the newborn on the way. We just got the great news. A new little Funky is on the way. Yeller, yeller. The lady should be in here in a second, but I'm keeping you guys. Hey, what's that television in the background? That's Baby Funky. He's hello, Puppy Puddle. Puppy Puddle needs to come up here. You've been saying you're gonna come up and talk. Oh, not tonight. Oh, not tonight. Hello, Sharon. Hi, Funky. I know it's been a while, but I've been dealing with some stuff. Hello to everyone. I've missed y'all. Wow, wow. We're just waiting for a few more people to get in here so we can get started because I don't want anyone asking questions over stuff we already covered. We would have to backtrack. Y'all get those likes up. Puppy Puddle says I'm shy. It's like basically talking. It's like basically talking into the phone. Um, there goes walking. Hello, there walking.
Hello.
Hello. How are you feeling, walking?
I am just super drained today. I don't know if it's the weather or what's going on, but just I'm okay. I just drained. It's cold and gloomy over here, and I even brought my heater out because I don't use our central heater, whatever. I use a small heater because I'm the only one who gets cold. So I pulled out my heater today, and it feels better. It feels better now. Just I'm just tired, sleepy. I didn't sleep all night last night, so I made up for it today. How's everybody doing?
Well, as you know, in the group chat, everything's going on.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna make an announcement on something soon. I'm gonna address it one time, and I'm gonna be done addressing it. You know, like
One
cause
time. One time.
one time for the.
All right. Are you gonna wait for Allie Mae?
Yeah, I don't. Has Ellie Mae made a home?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know she said she was gonna be late. Did she say she, oh my god, there goes my voice. She said it was gonna be late.
I'm not for sure, but
Okay.
I'm not for sure. Yes, Blazing Texas, it is.
Well, hello, chat. Hello, Blazing Texas, Jesus Freak, Pamela, Teddy Bear. Hello, hello, Diane Frank, Kelly Owens, Annette Gabriel. Hello, hello, Pamela. Did I say Pamela already? Just going down the line. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Cindy. Puppy Puddle. Hello, hello.
I think someone's messing with Diane.
Why? Still in high school. Uh oh.
uh,
And I always thought you had such a pretty face in high school. Too bad you were so. Oh, teddy bear. That's not nice. Diane, do you know that person? Just let us know, girl.
I don't think I ever seen that man.
Me either. I wish I was in high school still too. I had some good times in high school. High school was probably the best time of my life.
TG, you need to go back to your original name. I can't get acquainted with the Be My Guest. You have to go back.
They're talking about your music in the background. Uh oh, now I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to turn it off because
The fuck?
he's
Oh, now I don't hear anything.
yeah, because yeah, I'm trying to get him to turn.
Oh yeah, I can hear echo.
I think we might have some trolls.
Mm.
I
What do
think
you
we might have some
What
troll.
do you have the settings on?
Hello, Fernanda. How are you, Fernanda? Love you, Fernanda. The settings. I could turn it on. What do you think?
I mean, just if you're gonna start having trolls already, maybe you know, uh, followers that have been following for a little bit,
Hmm.
or at least
Shit.
a day or so.
um,
Not anyone just coming in and messing with everybody.
we're waiting. Blazing Texas. We're waiting for more people to get in, and we're waiting on our end of it. Well, we can get started. Honestly, we really can get started.
Yeah. Sharon says, "So funky, did you delete me?"
Sharon, you're here right now.
No,
Sharon,
what's
Sharon,
happening?
we can all see. Jesus freak, Jesus freak. You know that. You know you are absolutely right on the dart.
Beetlejuice. What do you mean?
She's talking about the West Coast people
Oh,
who we were chatting about earlier.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what she was referring to. Because I said I'm gonna make a statement, and then I'm not gonna talk about it again.
Yeah. Um, are there okay, so we have some moderators. Monica's a moderator.
Yeah, Monica. Monica's been our moderator.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we have moderators in here. Cause is Teddy Bear okay over here? Love you all wonderful people, but they're messing with Diane Frank, so I'm just wondering if they're okay.
I mean, if they're respectful.
Hmm.
Sharon, this is the thing. I don't deal with those. Okay, I'm about to say it like this. All right, so alleged like let me get this right. A month back or so. What do you think I should say, babe? A month or so back, people decided to make a Discord, right, and accuse Funky of this bullshit. I'm not being polite. If you go back and watch some of my old content, like Walking by Faith has, you you will understand who I really am and what I can be. But I was polite because I'm really the youngest, and everyone's here is my elder. Everyone's older, so I can call everyone here my elders. So I kept it
Hmm.
professional, and I conducted myself as a professional. But people decided to make a Discord and accuse me of money laundering, fraud, and this is the thing. Like, people believe this stuff with no proof, and not, and everyone here is grown, and they weren't grown enough to ask me about these allegations, right? And they ran with it, and I showed everyone what was going on behind. It wasn't even behind doors. It's just the people, y'all know, when they reported our cash apps, our PayPal, I had to make another one, right? So if you never sent money to my cash app when we had the original one up, you can't do it no more. They're going to flag it as a scam. So I had to make a new one so where anyone can send it to. So that's what I did with the lady Gina, and she went on saying, "Oh, well, money laundering, all that extra bullshit," which we told her what it was for from my wife's dad, and they knew that, you know, but whatever they had going on behind closed doors, if people wanted to leave, they didn't have to do that. You could have left. I don't message people and curse people out because they left. I never messaged one person and asked them why they left. I never messaged anyone and begged them to come back and why they leave. Nobody can come to you and show messages that I've ever did that to anyone. If you want to leave, go. That's YouTube. There's millions of channels here.
Nobody can come to you and show messages that I
Hello, LA man.
did that to anyone. If you want to leave, go. That's YouTube. There's millions of
Hello. Oh, I gotta mute this.
Hi, Ellie Mae.
I I muted the wrong. Whoops. I muted the wrong thing, and I misunderstood one of your messages. I thought you said you were gonna go an hour later or something. I don't know.
Oh no, that's because I said we can do like an hour or so because walking was tired and stuff.
Oh,
Like,
okay. I follow you now.
because
I
in our private chat, what she's been dealing with and stuff. So
Yeah.
I didn't want her to overexert herself or anything like that.
okay. I totally misread that. That's
And
why I sent you the message I did. So
yeah,
ignore that if you. I'm sure you did.
yeah. And like I know Tuesdays is grandbaby night for you, so I don't want to do too much. I gotta be respectful. It's like
But we appreciate that, Funky.
I know you ladies dates, and I know what y'all are up against. We talk on the backside, so I know. So that's why I said
Yeah.
we could
Yeah.
do an hour. So it's up to you guys. I don't want to put too much on y'all. Because I know how it can get.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
it's not actually grandbaby night. It's it was grandbaby day. Now I don't have them now, so it's all good. Hey everybody. Hey, be my guest. Hey, bygone, gone, got. See, I do it every time. Hey, Diane, Jesus freak. Sorry, I have to cut it up. All right.
Funky was just having, sharing something right now.
All right, share away.
Hello, Bygone. How are you, Bygone? Hello, Monica. How are you, Monica? But no, like I was saying, I showed my receipts and everything where this came from, and it's like, how could you believe something without proof? That's just like going to court with something. The jurors aren't going to believe something if you don't have proof, unless it's just rigged in a way. So it's like they put all these false allegations on me and said these things, so it's like, and y'all ran with it. So now it's like I said, people came here with an ulterior motive. They made a channel. If you know who I'm talking about. The dude made a channel, then started these rumors to get everybody on their channel, and tried to go up with the canal people. And now now they're dealing with what I was dealing with the canal, and they don't want to talk about it. Well, all these people that believe that stuff about the funky money laundering and scamming and stuff, you don't hear them talking about it no more, do you? Where's the proof? They said they were coming out with this proof. There's hush. Nobody's been live. Nobody said nothing, but y'all believed it. So what I did with the Eric dude, people are really taking that out of context, because, and it really shouldn't matter. Y'all believe that. Y'all put these allegations on me. This is far worse than any of this civil stuff going on or anything. Like, how I'm a family man, how I am about my wife and my children. That's who's with me 24/7. You hear it in the background. People complain about hearing funky nonstop. That's just the type of family man I am. They're always with me. They go everywhere I go. I don't club. I don't drink. I stop vaping. I don't do none of that crap.
Mhm.
And now it's people feel like they're hurt, like, oh, funky turned on us. No, y'all turned on us when y'all made that secret Discord and started accusing me of all this bull crap that wasn't true, when I showed y'all the receipts and showed y'all the messages, what it was for my wife's dad, you know. And all these people say, yeah, we're gonna bust it wide open, we're gonna expose it. They talked about it one time and never brought it up again. And now everyone's pointing fingers like, oh, well, the Gina or whoever else, they need to clear their names. Uh, this doesn't make sense. We know Funky wouldn't do that. Everybody know, but everybody ran with it except for the people that stayed here with Funky. The people that's here, they know me, and it was always the reserved people. Everyone here was the ones that always already said it before, always checked up on me when I was dealing with the death in the family and all that stuff. So I really knew who was for me. So that's why I didn't go live for weeks. I just let it play out. Because when I was ready, I'm just going to lay it on the table like, okay, here y'all go. So now the canal dude played the phone call. There's no reason to get booty hole. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all believe this crap. You know what I'm saying? So when the tables turn, oh, I'm a bad person. But y'all put the worst of the worst allegations on me, saying, oh, he's scamming this seven. Ain't no 70-something-year-old man ever been on our panel. And that 70-something-year-old man, he's not even 70-something, is my wife's dad. And I showed them that. So I don't care what these people think about recorded. I'm not the type of person to go sue somebody for playing my recorded phone call, because it's the truth. I'm not that type of person. But you know when the when like I said, y'all believe that. I don't care who's mad, who's sad. That's for y'all to deal
But at
on.
the end of the day, you needed to find out the truth for you. Obviously took a lot of
I took a lot of heat for a lot of these people. I just never spoke on it, and they were really liars. We didn't know the actual truth. That's why I never updated anything about Angela, out of respect for Angela's friends, and those are friends still to this day. Very good people, the best of the best people. But I don't care who's salty about whatever they think is said in the phone call. Y'all don't even know what's going on. It's our business. My business, not your business. Go and show these receipts to whatever y'all said. It'll never happen, but y'all ran with the narrative and went to another channel that never showed y'all any proof. Y'all listened to something with no proof. Who would do that? I'm younger, and a lot of these people have way more knowledge than me. They've been here on Earth longer than me. Like y'all should have came to me, but now I'm here and y'all hear a phone call. Oh, Funky, he led us wrong. Like y'all don't come over here. Y'all don't check on me. Y'all don't come back to the chat anymore. Y'all were part of this Discord group in another channel, making up false accusations against Funky to gain what? Y'all don't even have a YouTube channel. Y'all never came to me. Y'all never got proof from any of these individuals that showed y'all any of this crap. So I don't want to hear that crybaby stuff. I don't want to hear, oh, Funky's this, Funky that. He's a liar. No, I'm not the liar. Y'all are the liars. So how does it feel? I'm not becoming no dang witness in no court or none of that. I'm just about to do what's right. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much, Sharon. Um, yeah, so I'm done talking like that's dumb, and there's still nobody has even come to apologize, like, you know, about the situation, like whatever Funky allegedly did. When I showed the whole world, we had like 200 people on the live that night. When I showed them the receipts and showed them, oh my gosh, you were right, Funky. Oh, but nobody never came to apologize. Nobody never said anything except for the people that's here right now because they knew, they knew, and really everyone that's here right now, I honestly talk to and message back on a daily basis.
And they were the people that really weren't in for all the drama and all the negativity all the time.
Exactly like Miss Funky said. Anyone here was never really engaged in that. They were always calm in the background, just really here for all the right reasons. Everyone here right now was always here for the right reasons. Everyone else is pure drama. They wanted drama. If it wasn't drama, they would not be here. So that's like, dang, do y'all really even care about me? Y'all say all this stuff. Do y'all really care about when I would say everyone, say hello to everyone in the chat, tell everyone in the chat I love them. Like all that stuff I really meant. But did y'all really mean that to the people that's actually here, that's still here right now? Because if it wasn't, they were always here for the drama. And then whenever we would cover another topic, or just like when we covered the niche lady, pew, 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 they would leave. Like, what type of loyalty is that? That's not loyalty. When that started happening, I really seen who stayed and the people that stayed really is you guys that's here right now. And that's when I knew who was really for me. So that's when I kind of backed off. I wasn't really messaging people. They would be like, oh, where's Funky at? I was just playing smart. I was seeing who was really for the Funky Town channel and for us, our group or whatever, So this ain't an explanation to nobody. I'm just telling people like it is. Show the receipts. Those are the most horrible accusations, and yet there's nothing being done about it. Nobody has ever got receipts. These were just words spoken, and everybody decided to jump ship, and everybody wants to start crying now. I don't feel sorry about that, because you should have came to me as a grown-up and asked me. And what I went live about that night and showed the world, I could have sent it to you. And each and everybody that asked would have asked me about this. Hey, Funky, what are they talking about? And I would have boop, 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 just like I ever did. Just like since the beginning we started, I always showed everybody receipts for every single thing that was accused on my side or that anybody else had going on. I always laid it out. And at the end of the day, we were always right. And once again, we're right. And look how we were done. So I don't want to hear about the crying stuff, because you should have been crying when they were lying to y'all about the money laundering and whatever else this bullcrap going on with my wife's father. So, yeah, that's it. So we can get started, ladies.
Can I ask you who's crying and what are they crying about?
I am. They're not listening.
Did you hear me?
I don't. I
Are they
think.
here?
Right there he is.
Ladies.
Can you hear
Funky,
us, Funky?
Funky, can you hear us? Hello, Funky. Funky, why
Uh-oh.
can't you hear us? Can anybody else? I can hear you.
You can hear me? Yeah. I don't know what
Can the
happened.
chat hear us?
I think he just got off and put the phone down. Oh,
Hey,
yeah. Please
Redbird.
hit the like button. Hi, Ohio
Okay.
lady.
Bygone. I just can't. I can't. It just doesn't. Is never going to come out right. Um. Said she can hear us. So I still see his picture still up.
Yeah.
Oh, his volume is catching up. He just.
Okay. Sharon R says, I haven't been around to even know about all this mess going on. I've been having some health issues, so I've got a lot catching up to do. I don't even know what kind of crap you've been up to. We don't know either. We haven't even been talking about him anymore, Sharon. And sorry you're going through all those health issues. I definitely
Right.
know what that's like.
Well, and we were just saying we have neither of us have even watched any of that stuff, so
Yeah.
we
It's
don't
not
we
even
don't
it's not
we
even
don't
in
know
your
the
algorithm.
right. We don't know the latest and greatest, and because they just I don't know got old.
Yeah.
I heard a door that sounded like the Adams Family. It did.
It did.
It wasn't here. I don't know where that somebody needs some oil or WD-40 or something on there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see.
Michael Teros, we don't know. He's been having technical difficulties. Be my guest. What's new with the Whittakers? Um, well, I've been watching a few videos and here and there from different creators, but like when I see one that's just repeating the same old stuff we already know, stuff we already seen, I click out of it and don't pay attention to it. But the ones that I do find is like ones that are going back and like I don't know how they get this information, where it's coming from, but there was a phone call, I guess, that was made between Patrick and the so-called security guard that he was supposed to have. Do you remember that, Allie Mae, that he was supposed to
It,
have a security guard?
yes, a so-called security guard. I don't think
Yeah.
the guy had ever been a security guard in his life, but they had supposedly somebody watching, but I don't know. That person seemed to like poof disappear or something because they talked about him for a minute and then you didn't hear anything.
Yeah, well, that's what this phone call was about. It was between Patrick and the supposedly security guard, who was also supposed to drop off a trailer for the Whittakers. So this is interesting because if the trailer was supposed to be for the Whittakers, then that meant they would have had a temporary home and maybe all the Whittakers might be still together. Okay, but this is the thing. So what came out in that call was that Patrick was saying, "Hey, dude, like what happened to you? You were supposed to show up and be the security guard for me. Well, I was at the condo and recuperating, right? So the security guard guy says, well, I've been trying to get a hold of you, but every time I get a hold of you, there's something going on with your phone. And then when I called a few times, Eric answered your phone. And he said, Eric answered my phone. What the heck was Eric doing with my phone? He says, I have no idea. So what they came up with is they think Eric forwarded all his calls, all of Patrick's incoming calls from that guy to his phone, because the guy asked him, is this Eric? Because he says he knows his voice. He says, no, it's not. And then he would hang up on him. But he was saying, I'm trying to get a hold of Patrick because I'm supposed to be security guard over there and I'm supposed to drop off a trailer. And then he says, a trailer for what? He says, a trailer for the Whittakers. And then he says, well, how much is that going to be? And then he goes, I'm doing it for nothing. Don't worry about it. I'm not asking for any money. And he goes, no, no, no. If you and Patrick have some kind of financial thing going on, I need to know, because I'm the one who's holding all the money. I'm the one who passes out the money. If Patrick needs $1, then I give him $1. He's all like, so if you're going to be asking for money, you need to come to me. And then, so I'm like thinking, first of all, you said you weren't Eric. And now you're saying you're the financial guy and everything's got to come through you. So you're contradicting yourself. But, anyways, so he's telling Patrick, he's giving Patrick all these dates and times of when he called. And Patrick's looking at his phone, and they were calls coming in from this guy, but he just wasn't getting them. So now they think, like I said, that the calls are being forwarded to Eric's phone. So that's why he never showed up. That's why he never brought the trailer, because he did not know what was going on, because he hadn't heard from Patrick.
Well, unless I'm just an utter moron, which, I mean, I can be a little technically challenged at times, but I have worked a phone all my life. Um, and to forward a phone, you have to have that phone and do
Right,
it from that phone.
right.
So how did Patrick not know Eric? If I- I'm just kind of no, it doesn't. This doesn't make sense to me. How did Patrick give Eric his passcode to get into his phone?
I don't know if he had a
Did
passcode.
I mean, how, right? How did Eric do this? Supposedly.
Uh,
See what I'm
he,
saying?
yeah, he thinks the only time he would have had his phone was when uh number one, when he threw the phone at him that time that person was yelling about Patrick owing his grandmother like $75,000 or something,
Right.
or when he was in the condo and they were doing that barbecue thing. He had his phone a couple of times, got his phone when Patrick was sleeping after he broke his leg. So he says there are several instances where he was sleeping and on his so-called medication that he doesn't take, um, Patrick could have had his phone.
Yes.
I
When
mean,
he,
Eric.
so again, I mean, you just said it yourself. Patrick just said he was on medication, but yet he claims he doesn't ever wouldn't take anything.
Uh-huh.
So, uh, I have a hard time believing anything Patrick says. I mean, the story just doesn't jive.
Yeah.
So, because again, uh, even if Eric had his phone, Patrick would have had to give him the passcode to get into it. I mean, they're smartphones. It's not the old rotary phones that you just can pick up and use, right?
Yeah. But you know what? My phone, I have a passcode on my phone. Well, mine's my thumbprint. But when a phone call comes in, anybody can answer it. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering if he did it like once the phone was open because he answered it, like maybe after the guy hung up or something, then he went in there and did that, like forwarded these calls from that person only to him. Because that's what I was thinking. The only way he could have done it is like you could answer the phone.
Right, but I don't know that answering the phone. I'll have to try that next time somebody calls me.
Hmm.
I'll see if that's even an option. Or do you have to get into anything like that? You still have to put a passcode in. Is my
Yeah, I have no
I
idea.
don't. I mean, that's just like the SOS. And that kind of things on phones are like turning on your flashlight. From the front. Some things don't require a passcode, but that doesn't get you any further into
Right.
the system. It just lets you do that one thing.
Um, I don't know if somebody needs to be blocked in the chat.
What was the question when I got booted out?
Oh, I was asking you because you were saying now they're crying and something. I was like, who's crying and why are they crying?
Oh, because I guess people feel like I'm gonna rat them out, or rat you out about what what is there to rat on anybody about, or anything.
Oh, like just
Oh, he said he was true and loyal to none of y'all. You know, look what y'all went and did. Y'all went and ran with a false narrative to what? To a channel that's doing what? And now y'all are stuck in between trying to go back and forth. Like, I'm not doing that. People still try to send me stuff like, oh, look what so and so said. They're crying. They thought you were stand
oh
up. Yeah, I would stand up and still stand up. But when everybody showed me what was being said in the discords and all of that other crap, that really threw me back. So whatever I got going on, that doesn't concern any of y'all. Keep believing the stuff y'all got with no evidence. You know, I'm not talking about it anymore. That stuff is lame, corny, and it doesn't mean anything.
yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
why I don't get involved with that stuff. Like, I mean, anyone can tell that something was going on. Um, but I didn't ask then because I don't like to stick my nose in a business that doesn't have anything to do with me. I wasn't involved, so I didn't know what was going on. I'm not gonna get myself involved. Like I said before, my dad always said, keep your nose clean, which means stay out of everybody's business. If it doesn't have nothing to do with you, then just stay out of it. Let them deal with it. That's the way I am. So if somebody's mad at somebody else, I'm not going to be mad at them too because you're mad at them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just stay away from it. I just stay out of the drama. I stay away from it, and I don't even know how to get a hold of those people. I don't know. I don't have no contact with those people, so it's out of my hands and out of my life. So in other words, my conscience is clean because I didn't have nothing to do with this. That's right.
Oh. Well, I had a couple try to drag me into it, but the stuff they were telling me didn't even it didn't make logical sense. It's like that doesn't even, I so I and then they apparently didn't trust me and just booted me from the Discord chat when I tried to go back to see what had been being said, so I could try to make sense of what they were telling me. Because in Discord, there's like two different sides to it. There's a texting side, and then there's like a side that you can have multiple people talking to each other. And so they were, they told me a few things, and that didn't make sense. And so when I tried to go scroll back to try to make sense of it, because there was obviously some details that were left out or something, because it just wasn't logical. So but when I tried to go back and look, whoever was in charge of their Discord little chat booted me from the group. So
Yeah,
Mm.
and when you try to go back and you didn't see none of those messages.
well, no, I could see. I was reading stuff. I was trying to scroll back, and I could see the messages. But when I guess they could tell I was doing that because I got booted out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know
Yeah.
why you got booted out?
Well, I
No,
guess.
listen. I'm about to tell you,
Oh, okay.
because at that time I already found out, because they know your loyalty to me and they know you don't believe it, and as well as there's some other people in here tonight that was in there that didn't believe it. So they're like, okay, these people are pro funky, so they're probably the ones telling him stuff in which none of you did. You know, none of you did that.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to say who it was, because that's wrong, and that's just not what I do. I'm loyal to the people that's loyal to me. So that's why you got booted out. People are already planning what they were going to do with no evidence of course my wife's dad's not going to come over there and be like, yeah, my son-in-law's money, like weird stuff, like, come on now. It doesn't even make sense. So that's why a lot of people got booted. And if people in here that want to comment and say they got booted as well, that's up to you, but I'm not going to say your names. But you know who you are, and that's just loyalty. They just knew who was pro funky and wasn't going for the bull crap, without evidence, so that's why when you got booted, and we already talked about it, Ellie Mae, in our chat, so
Right. Yeah.
I,
No, it was. Yeah, I got booted because basically they were afraid I was going to see something in the chat that they thought I would run back and tell you. And I'm like, well, first off, I don't play those games, but I was trying to figure out what the heck they were even talking about, and it didn't make sense. So it was fine that I was booted. It didn't hurt my feelings because it basically just showed me, what they were up to, and that it was all shenanigans. That the stuff that they were trying to feed me wasn't true. It was just poison. So,
yep, exactly, poison. And this is the thing, when everyone got booted out, like you and whoever else, I was already confronting them, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Funky, what are you talking about? Like, woman, don't you see these screenshots I just sent you that showing what you did, and you're steady denying it?" And I just left it at that. Like, I didn't even reply back. Okay, we'll just play the stupid game. This is your Discord. I know whose Discord it is because you told everyone. That's why I got out of the first Discord, because I seen what it was coming to. Just as I told you, ladies, in the back, in our back little group chat, text messages, whatever. Like, I already knew what it was becoming to. That's why I backed off. And even like one night on the panel, I said, "Yeah, I'm not in the Discords and stuff like that no more." That's when I told everybody while everyone was still here. So they were already kind of thinking like, "Oh crap, he knows this." Of course, I'm going to know what's going on, because a lot of people are pro funky. A lot of people are just loyal. A lot of people are just not up for it. Like, everyone that's here is not for that drama stuff. They were here for right reasons. That's just like me. I let people run the panel, but you never really just heard me just engaging in drama. I may troll and say just stupid stuff, but other than that, that's really, like, I confronted them like, y'all could have came to me, but it took for me to find out and get these screenshots and show y'all what y'all were saying instead of coming to me. That's bad. And then when I'm deny it when I'm showing you what y'all are saying.
Hmm.
Isn't that crazy? Like you just said this 5 minutes before I sent you the screenshots of you falsely accusing me of the dumbest stuff in the world when you could have
Yeah.
just asked me. You know, that's what type of relationship I thought I had with the individual. Whatever we, that's just like me walking or Ellie Mae. We're discussing personal stuff outside of YouTube, like texting and calling. You know, like some serious stuff. Oh, I promise to withhold all this confidential information. You know, and then it goes the other way. So that's the type of relationship I had. So
Mm,
whatever the other channel was trying to do to gain subscribers and get people on their side, that's the conclusion they all had to come to just for them to leave, you know, with no proof or nothing. You know, like, come on now. My wife's dad would have called me like, "Hey man, these women are over here trying to come on now." Like, that's my father-in-law. More like my father, because you know I don't have a father. You know, like, come on now.
yeah.
Like that's dumb. Like, I'm showing you, like, woman, you just said this. You just said this. Funky, what are you talking about? Oh, hey. All right. You know what? I'm done. I'm done because you
And
want
they
to
were
play
still
this.
coming on your show?
No, they didn't after that. That's when it all went
Oh,
bad. When
yeah.
when everybody was getting kicked out of their Discord, that's when they knew. Like, when people got kicked out and all this stuff started coming out on other channels, that's when I found out. People would have still been coming back to the channel just to try to stay close, but slowly drift away if I would have never found out. You know,
Yeah.
that's what they would have did. But in the end, they all would have left. You know, they would have. Oh, they would have making up excuses like, "Oh, I'm sick," or I'm away on a family." Like, they were already telling me that, but I already knew. I would just never reply like, "Yeah, whatever." You know, I already know where you're at. People are sending me what you're saying and where you're at, so you don't have to lie about being sick and going on family trips and business trips. Like, save that to yourself. I'm not stupid. I'm grown. You know, like,
Yeah.
I finished school. I got college education. Like, I'm not what you think I am. You know,
Yeah.
so that's it's just, you know, like, you that's just like trying to make a secret conversation but open to the public, like Reddit. People will find that thread and they will go in there and see what's been going on. That's just like when Eric found out about the Reddit stuff going on. He got it shut down. It's open to the public, man. You know, I can block someone on YouTube, but they can still hear and listen what's going on. They just can't comment. Like, dude, there's no privacy whatsoever. You know, like, come on now.
No, it's not.
Like,
Well, I mean, and even once you block somebody, they just go and make a new, uh, whatever you call it. I don't even know what it's called on channel. A new name under a new person and or channel or whatever, and they're back on making stupid comments again. So
Yeah. Thank you, Cindy.
yeah, it's like, what's going on. This isn't even what I said. This what I When I started talking about this a while ago. This has nothing to do with Eric. My problem isn't with Eric. Eric ain't done nothing to me. You know, it's what the other people brought to my channel about Eric. You know, Eric ain't
Mm,
done nothing to me. I'm not threatening or anything about anything he's ever said to me or anything he ever put on his channel. This isn't about him. It's about what they brought to my channel about Eric, and then went to a whole nother group chat and other channels to basically do the same thing to me, you know,
wow.
and then run back to these other channels, run back to the California channel, and run back to the other dude that came and did whatever he did. You know, this isn't about him. You know, this is about those folks. When all this stuff about the Angela situation came on, and they tried to say all this false stuff about Eric, and then in the long run, it backfired and did it to me. And then went to the Discord and another Reddit and then the other dude's channel to try to do the same thing to Eric, which he's not doing anymore because, you know, now you know how it feels when I was going through it and trying to do it to me, and there's no proof and you're not talking about it anymore, you know. So, like, they can feel how they want to feel, you know. Like, I'm really in the same boat as, you know, Eric, you know. Like, if you really look at it, you know, like, it was turned on me and us that's here. Like, nobody's here is even involved with it except me, because everyone that's here right now has always been true blue, So
Yeah, we
in the
didn't try
end,
the drama.
yeah, in the end, for me being such a good person, always was fair from the beginning. It turned and backfired on me. So people want to all those false accusations and stuff made on Eric and stuff like that. Because I know the truth, but I'm not. I'm done with that type of stuff. It's on me, not anymore. But like I'm just telling people like what's going on. People are messaging me about Funky's phone calls being played when they don't even know what's really going on. I owe you guys here, only you guys hear explanations, but you guys don't even watch it. Some of you have, some of you haven't. So that's what I was saying. And Redbird, that I was only speaking on it, because of I Redbird, like something else just came out, and I was just telling people, oh, how does it feel now? Like come on now, y'all y'all did it all backwards, But enough with that. We don't even like I'm not doing it no more because nothing like that will ever happen again with any of us. No phone calls, nothing. That's just dumb stuff. Redbird, you're from my hometown, so I know how you feel. Like just like you, Ellie Mae Walking always said, like let's stick to our stuff, the funky stuff. Quit talking about it. You already said what you said, you know. But I always got to be truthful with you guys. I got to be true blue with you guys, and I'll never be anything less than that. So that's why I said it. I didn't mean to get off topic, but my volume went out just like I've been having volume issues from the past couple of days, and you guys know that. So
Mhm.
I had to exit out of StreamYard and come back in. But I was still hearing you from my other phone. I just couldn't talk on my other phone because I was just watching on regular YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got something funny going on with your Wi-Fi because quite a while after I was already on here, I started getting I got your text saying we're going on in 2 minutes and blah blah blah, but I was already on here and I was a couple minutes late, so I don't know why that was so slow getting to me. It's
Yeah,
weird.
like I was going to go live the other day, like just have a live and everything like that, but we were in a power outage for like how long, babe?
What, 6 hours?
Yeah, 6 hours.
Oh
I
man,
posted it on Facebook. If you go watch the Facebook, they had a wreck and knocked out all the power. So we
I
were,
seen that. I seen that, but I didn't know they had knocked out all the power.
yeah, like look, I'm gonna see if it shows. Let me see really quick if you guys can see this. Like you can read it and say this is. I'm talking to my phone company, and they says an outage continues to affect service in your area and around your area. Restoration time from power is at 6:30, and I messaged them at like probably 2:30, and they said there will be credits applied to my next bill because I was without internet service. So
Yeah.
that just goes to show you what I'm dealing with.
So did here's a question. Did your internet provider automatically refund you that? Because
They just apply. They just like apply credits to your next bill. Like they give you like $20 off, $15 off, $10 off.
right, but they automatically did that, or did you have to call them? Because any companies in my area I've ever dealt with, they don't credit you for your time you're without internet unless you call and complain.
Uh, do you have Spectrum?
No, I do not have Spectrum.
Yeah, Spectrum does it for sure. They're like True Blue.
I can't have Spectrum doesn't come here.
Oh, it doesn't.
No,
Oh
my,
wow.
where I'm at, it's very limited choices. But so that's why I'm thinking about changing to Starlink because, yeah,
That's your best bet. Starlink's really good. I've been wanting to do that, but Spectrum has a few good little treats they be having for you sometimes. That's really why I stay. But I always wanted to go to Starlink for sure.
well, they're putting some new lines in here, and rumor has it that it's some new, really upgraded AT&T lines that is supposed to be really good if when they ever get done. So my neighbor has Starlink right now, and he said because it's so much, I guess, cheaper, and just as good a quality supposedly, that he's, if it is true and it is that AT&T line that he heard it was, that he's gonna switch back from Starlink to it. But I'll let him try it first and then probably decide what to go with from there. But since my long now 9-day uh having no internet, because the company we have here is just so wonderful. Um, it's been good since then. So, but it's nothing for every other month for ours to be out 3 to 5 days. I mean, every few months anyway. For a while there, it was. But what you gonna do? But call and complain.
Yeah, they need it. They need to get Spectrum out y'all's way for sure. It's good.
Yeah, I haven't been any place where Spectrum was an option for, oh gosh, probably about 6 years. So have,
So can we go back to our phone
yes, go
call?
back to, yes, go back to the phone call.
Yeah. So now I guess Patrick is trying to put an investigation or something against Eric and trying to say that like Eric has all these people against him now, against, I don't say, how do I say it, like he's putting all these people or saying, talking all this crap to make Patrick look bad. Patrick already looks bad, but I guess with Eric adding on stuff, he looks even worse. And now he's trying to basically clear his name. And he put a message out yesterday on his Facebook, but I couldn't find it today. But that basically he said he's been sitting thinking, and it doesn't seem like anything's getting done as far as getting the Whittakers out, the three. That he says that he's going to take it upon himself to do whatever it's going to take to get them out. And then he says, if you, anybody on here would like to help out, he didn't ask for money, but I don't know how he says, if you would like to help out, I don't know what kind of help he wants. I don't know what his plan is.
Monetary. That's what he
That, I mean,
wants.
that's the only thing I could think of. He just hasn't said it yet.
Well, that's exactly, I mean, that's what he means.
Yeah. So, he says he's going to do whatever it takes. So we'll see within the next few days, I guess, if what he's going to do, what he plans on doing.
I almost lost it when he said we're talking about uh Patrick saying that Eric's just saying the stuff to make him look bad or what, however he
Yeah.
said it. I mean, that is just.
Yeah. He makes me laugh sometimes, the things that he says, like he's trying to make me look bad in everybody else's eyes. I'm like, dude, you already look bad in everybody else's eyes.
Right. Eric doesn't need to say anything for you to look bad,
Exactly.
Patrick. You just
Exactly.
opening your mouth makes you look bad.
Yep. Yep. So, but a
Oh,
lot of the behind the scenes things that we don't see, that we've never seen, on video or a phone call, or, heard on phone call, they're starting to come up now, because now they're like really digging in to see what really happened or what's going on. They're trying to find out like who's at blame, trying to clear their name basically. That's what I'm getting out of it.
yeah. Again, well, yeah, no, it just seems it, the more Patrick talks, it just seems to me the deeper he gets, right?
Mm.
I now this I'm still was this phone call, was this an actual recorded phone call, or was this Patrick repeating what the phone call said, or
It was actually recorded because you can hear the guy talking and he's explaining to Patrick what happened and he's giving him dates and times as to when he called. And then you could tell Patrick is looking up the dates right there. And then on his phone, going back, to the phone calls to see if he definitely did call.
okay, so here's my theory. So, these medications that Patrick would never take despite having surgery or whatnot. Now, look, quit. What's to say that Patrick himself, because we already seen Eric, and Patrick has yet to deny it, say, when that guy called about his Patrick stealing whatever, however much from his grandma, he just handed the phone to Eric and said, "You deal with it." Who Patrick might have forwarded his own phone to Eric from this guy because he didn't want to get the phone calls about the trailer or about whatever,
Well,
and not even remember doing it because he was on pain medication that he doesn't take.
yeah, but that phone call was from somebody else, so I don't know how he would do that or why when he was the one trying to get that trailer over there. And he was getting it for free basically. That's what the guy was saying.
Okay, so that leads me to the question, did this trailer really ever exist? Because what happened to the trailer? So the guy just gave up, never.
He had been calling, he said, for about a week. And then he said, like, he was questioning Patrick too, because he was saying, "What the hell, dude? You're Eric or whatever who answered the phone said you were sleeping, but then I see something that you just posted on Facebook." Like he goes, "I would see you posting stuff, but then yet you weren't available. You were asleep. You're on your way to the hospital because your leg's hurting." Like all these excuses, but then I see you posting stuff like minutes apart from my phone call. So he says that he was questioning all that, like, does he not want this, and maybe he just doesn't want to tell me, um himself, like tell him, "Oh no, we're not going to do that," or whatever himself. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just speculating because I don't know how else he wouldn't have got that trailer over there other than, yeah, he just gave up after a week of trying to call and seeing him posting after his phone calls or right before his phone calls.
Yeah, this story, I don't know. This doesn't follow logic to me either. Because
Yeah.
for a lot of reasons.
Has
Because
anyone in the chat?
Patrick was able to go back on his phone and he said and see that, oh yeah, these phone calls came through.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't Patrick ever see that, never see that before? I see that all the time where, a phone call came through that, I when you look at your phone,
Mm-hmm.
and
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No,
Under
no,
your
I know what you're
recents,
trying to say. I know
it
what.
tells you, and I go under my recents real frequently to call people right back, or you know what I mean. And
Mhm.
I would think everybody else does that too.
Unless he's, I don't know, because if he's always recording and always doing the, oh, you know what? I think he did say he has 2 phones too. So maybe one he's not paying attention to as much as the other one. Maybe that's the phone the guy's calling him on. I'm gonna have to look for that video. I tried looking for it, but I don't know if he took it down or what. But I couldn't find it, and
Interesting.
I was really
That
tired. But I'm gonna look for it.
I find it very, very interesting that Patrick has 2 phones and no walls.
One might be a work phone. I don't know.
I get. It's just not. The story's just not adding up to me. You got 2 phones. You owe all kinds of money, and you have 2 phones. You can't. You can't.
Unless he got a free phone. You know, some people get a free
He,
phone and they have their own
right.
phone.
He might have a government phone.
Mm-hmm. Who knows?
And the other thing, the only people who I've ever known to have 2 phones, other than if it was a work phone, but work phones, most companies are pretty funny about it and strict about it. You better be all work numbers and whatnot on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only people who I know who I've ever known to have 2 phones, other than, like I said, a separate work phone, are, and most companies I know don't even give work phones. What they will do is, if they require you to have a phone for work, is they will reimburse you part of your phone bill for using your phone for work. Bec-
Mm.
that- uh, it used to be that, when, before, but now that everybody has cell phones, and most people's personal cell phones are better than any work cell phone most companies can afford to give their employees. They just, it's cheaper and better just to let the employees use their phone, and they reimburse them a
Yeah.
portion. But what I was going to say is, anybody I've ever known to have 2 personal phones, the second phone has never been for a good reason. It
That's
was,
true.
yeah, they were hiding something from someone.
Or they were a drug dealer and that's their drug dealing phone.
Like I said, hiding something from someone.
Mm-hmm.
whether whether it's your drug dealer phone, it's your side chick's phone,
Yeah. Yeah.
your whatever. But I've never known anybody to have 2 personal phones that it was for a
Yeah.
good reason.
Yep. Well, I wrote down on this envelope, I guess I grabbed it really quick while I was watching, and I just found it. It says the sniper from the West. That's the one that got the call from Patrick with the security. That's what he has on his channel.
I'll have to, the sniper from the West. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
write that down.
I don't know how he gets those videos. He has like a lot of videos that we haven't seen or snippets that we haven't seen.
Well, I wonder if it's stuff that he's pulling off of Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or one of these other things that you and I don't play on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look on those other ones and see if I don't actually think I've ever seen Patrick's TikTok. I know he has one, but I don't think I've ever gone on it. But I have gone on his Instagram.
I've never gone on TikTok at all, so I don't know anything about TikTok.
Yeah.
And I just downloaded Instagram.
Monica Red Feather says, "Hi, puppy."
yeah, she's begging for treats.
Oh.
Not like her little fat butt hasn't had enough already tonight.
Mm,
I wasn't home all day, so she has
yeah.
to make up for lost time, I guess.
Yeah.
Daddy doesn't give her treats like Mama
Oh.
does. Daddy thinks she's too fat.
Oh my goodness. Well, you could only give him so many treats and that's it. So,
Well, right. And
yeah.
she is
So.
definitely too fat. But,
Is she? Oh.
oh, yes. She's she's fat. But, out here, her fatness might be saving her life because it makes her look bigger.
uh,
And so, like, the hawks and eagles and stuff and owls,
oh,
hopefully,
yeah.
will think she's
Well,
too big. Between her fat and all her fur, she
yeah.
looks much bigger than she is.
Yeah. Has anyone in the chat do they have any updates on the Whittakers? Have you guys all watched anything new?
I saw something, and I was wondering if anybody else has heard this. And I don't know if this is just some sort of repeat of a repeat type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard Ernie brought up in something I was watching this evening, and in a way, and talking about with lawyers and stuff that I thought is Ernie still in the picture?
No, as far as I know, he
Okay.
left. He said it was too much.
Okay, then it probably was some sort of repeat
Yeah.
ongoing stuff.
Monica Red Feather says nothing new here.
Cindy's never heard of the
What?
Whittakers until now, honestly, and I guess until here. Because I know you've heard of them before tonight, Cindy. You've been on here when we've been talking
I
about
know.
this.
Yeah, but I haven't heard anything about the court or, they should have gone to court by now. They should have had visits by now. Like, I don't know what's going on. I wish I could find some kind of legal paperwork or something to find out what's going on. Oh, Diane Frank says I stopped watching their stuff.
Yeah, I honestly haven't watched much in the past week of, well, really anything I need to. But it's fall and it gets busy around here. We have to start winterizing everything for everybody.
Oh, that's crazy. So you live like on a farm.
Yes, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have turkeys and chickens and goats, and that's all we have farm animal wise.
Mm.
But, we have to clean out everybody's houses and put fresh, you know, hay, put a bunch of hay in their farms to keep warm for the winter, and not hay, straw. Did I say hay? I don't even know what I said.
You
Straw.
said hey.
Straw for the winter to keep them warm.
Okay.
Hay they eat, straws for keeping warm. You don't want to use hay because it gets wet and yucky.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't even know there was a difference.
Right? That was something I didn't know there was really a difference either until I started having farm animals. No, I take that back. I did know it was before farm animals because I knew in outdoor cat houses you should use straw for them. Is actually the best thing. It's better than blankets, and you don't want to use the
Oh,
hay.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because
wow.
it stays like blankets and stuff. If they get in there with wet feet or snowy feet,
Mm-hmm.
then they end up that it gets wet. Where straw somehow wicks it, or I don't know how it works, but straw will
Oh, I see.
keep them dry too. It must wick it away or something.
Yeah. I came in soaking wet yesterday just from my car to inside. I was soaked.
But you made your trip okay?
Yeah, it was scary. It was pretty scary. I had to go on the freeway, so on the freeway it's like louder and the cars are like pushing up the water. There was like puddles everywhere.
Right.
Like it
You'll
makes it
get,
harder to see.
well, right. And because you're driving faster too, that makes the rain come down faster, and sometimes your wipers just can't keep up.
Yeah, well my everybody around me was driving fast. I was like, I'm being careful out here. I'm not going to try to be in any kind of car accident. I always drive slower in the rain.
Now, are you in the part of California that tends to be droughty, if that's a word? Have a
Um,
lot of droughts
I
or not?
was before when I lived in Fresno. Here, by the bay, it's like we have surrounding water, like beaches and stuff. So we don't have.
Uh,
They'll put us in a drought sometimes, but not a really bad one. You
okay.
know, not where like you can't water your grass, you can't use your water on certain days and stuff like that. But when I was living in Fresno, it was definitely like that.
Wow, I can't
You don't see
imagine.
anything green over there.
I can't imagine not being able to water my garden or,
I
you know.
know. They give you a fine if you do. Because
Right.
I was taking care of my dad, and he had his house in Fresno, and I would go out there and water the lawn, and he had so many plants and trees and all of that, and I would go out there and water them, and he'd tell me not to water them on certain days because he'd get a fine, or you can
Wow.
only use so much water as well.
Right. And then on top of that, you can't even collect the rainwater that falls on your own roof and use that, right?
I
Is
mean, you
my
could collect
understanding.
it if you have, yeah, if you have buckets and stuff, you could collect it, or however.
I've heard of someone in California that ended up in prison
What?
because they did that.
I've
Yeah,
never heard
that,
of that.
and
Really?
and maybe it's not all of California, um, but in parts of California, the water that falls on your property is not yours.
What the heck? Then whose is it and no one's collecting it?
Well,
That's
it
crazy.
belongs to the state apparently, and it's all supposed to run off into the creeks and rivers and yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, look it up. Look it up.
Yeah,
Seriously.
that's crazy. I've never heard of that.
Right.
Hmm. I would think they would encourage it for us if we needed to water something, use the rainwater. It's free.
It's not yours.
By the time it would make it to any kind of creek or anything here, it would have evaporated by then.
Well, exactly. I mean, the whole thing is crazy, but that's my understanding is that you cannot have rain catchment systems in California. Because when
Wow.
I was living off grid, that's we had no water. We either caught it in rain barrels, or well, it wasn't actually a rain barrel, but it was a big
Like a big,
tank thing.
yeah. Bye,
Um,
Cindy. Have a good night.
or we went and bought it and drug it in. I mean,
Wow. Monica Redfeather says, my sister in law collects rainwater in big trash cans to water the plants during the drought. Yep.
Now, where does your sister live in California, Monica? I might have to look this up. And maybe it's only parts, certain counties, certain. And maybe your sister's getting away with it and nobody's told on her. Tell her not to let her neighbor see.
I've never heard of that. That's crazy to me right now. I'm like thinking like how would they think that? I would say if the water lands on your property, then it's yours.
You would think.
Yeah. That's crazy.
No, I remember it was some guy, he was living off grid. We didn't know that it could be illegal. I'm just saying, you might want to look and check into it. I could be crazy. I could be believing some story that I was told.
It could have been a dream.
No, it wasn't a dream. It was somebody telling me about it, but I didn't dream it. But Monica says I'm not crazy. Did you look it up?
I didn't because I'll throw myself out.
Yeah, well, I'll hold on, come on. Let me get back to my
I'm trying to
laptop and I
back out
can.
on my TV so I could press. Oh, there it goes. Press the like button. Press the like button, guys, if you're watching it on your TV too. Please.
Okay,
What's the matter, baby?
how do I get out of here?
My cat's so bored. Well, you don't want to play with anything. You want a strawberry?
Well, now I can't find. I'm on. Oops.
Good night, Redbird.
Trying to look it up on my laptop and I can't even find the search engine on here. It's not actually my laptop, it's my husband's laptop. So I don't use it very often. Should be. Wait, what's this? Wait, I found it.
You found it?
Yes. the
search
search
engine?
engine, yes.
Oh. Good night, Monica Redfeather. Have a good evening. Press the like button, guys, on the way out. If you haven't pressed it yet, please.
All right, where's enter?
We weren't going to be long tonight anyway, guys.
I'll just go with this. Let's see.
"26 watching. Started an hour ago," it says.
Okay. What states is it illegal to collect rainwater in? Oh, interesting. It wasn't California. It was Colorado, now that I see this. I do remember,
That's
I
why I
think it was
never heard of it.
Colorado. I just figured
Wow.
it had to be California. Y'all crazy out there. Okay, so Colorado, Utah, Nevada, Illinois, and Arkansas are the only states that are currently heavily regulated to keep homeowners from harvesting and using rain that falls on their property.
Wow. I mean, it's going to fall on their property anyway and just dissipate. I don't get what they're going to try to do, what the city thinks they're going to do. I mean, how are they going to collect it? It's just going to evaporate before it gets anywhere.
Oh, interesting. This is where. Okay. So I clicked on, you know how Google will
Right,
give you
Rhonda?
commonly asked questions.
Oh yeah.
And it says, why is it illegal to collect rainwater in California? So I clicked on it. And here's what it says. It's a common misconception that collecting rainwater is illegal in California. However, the practice became legal for most private citizens in 2012 with the passage of the Rainwater Capture Act. Previously, collecting rainwater was restricted to prevent large commercial operations from diverting vast amounts of water from the natural watershed, which could disrupt ecosystems. Now, homeowners are allowed to collect rainwater from the roofs for non potable uses such as gardening. So, it apparently used to be, not that long ago, it was illegal in California.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yes,
But
all
it
them
must have been used.
environmentalists.
Yeah.
it it
Somebody
might
was.
hurt the ecosystems.
Oh my goodness.
That's effing crazy. Yes, it is, Rhonda.
A lot of other stuff that can hurt the ecosystem. I would just like let people water their lawns and stuff so you don't have fires like we do, you know?
Well, not only the fires, but they complain about people's carbon footprint,
Mm-hmm.
and guess what takes care of carbon? Green, green
Mm-hmm.
things. 'Cause-
Yeah.
Right? Didn't we all learn this in like
Yep.
grade school biology that plants take in carbon
Mm-hmm.
dioxide and turn it into oxygen?
Yep. Cleans
So,
out the air.
yeah. So you need, that brown stuff isn't good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, what's going on in the chat?
Everybody's going to bed now.
Everybody's going to bed.
Yeah, I'm really,
Sweet
really,
dreams.
I'm
Sweet.
really tired today. Really sleepy. You can hear it in my voice. My voice is all rough.
Well, if you've had weather fronts going through, weather fronts it doesn't take much to put me out, but
Yeah,
weather fronts is one of those that just put me to bed.
yeah. Well, a few months ago, my doctor had it's been about 6 months now. Had diagnosed me with CFS. You know what that is? It's a whole different name, but CFS is the shorter version, which is chronic fatigue syndrome.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't coming up with the initials, but yes, I am. I knew somebody who years ago, somebody in my past life who had chronic fatigue syndrome.
Yeah. And so because of my history and how I grew up and all this stuff, I've always been like that. I could fall asleep easily, and then all of a sudden one year I started with insomnia. So I don't get how I can have chronic fatigue syndrome and insomnia.
At the same time.
I definitely have insomnia. So when I don't sleep, because I didn't sleep all night last night. When I don't sleep, I'm tired the whole day. But she says no, that the history that you have of falling asleep, like you fall asleep when you read, you're tired all the time, and I'm like, yeah, that's because I don't sleep at night. And I guess other symptoms you have to hit the mark, I guess, in order for them to diagnose you with that. So,
Well, that's fascinating because a lot of that you're describing sounds like me. I mean, if I stop moving, I fall asleep. I mean, I think I told you before that, my daughter, made a remark one time when we were at somebody else's house and turned on a movie and wasn't long in the movie, and there I am asleep, and one of their
Yeah.
kids is like, "Hey, Amber, your mom's asleep,"
Oh my
and
goodness.
she's like, "Yeah, that's how my mom watches movies."
Yeah. Good night, Rhonda. Have a good evening.
Partially why I don't ever go to movie theaters, because it's kind of useless to pay all that money to sleep through a
We'll go to
movie.
the movies to go take a nap.
Oh, Rhonda's got to get the kids up to school, up for
Yeah.
school. Sweet dreams, Rhonda. Good luck getting the kids up in the morning.
Yeah, I'm super tired, so I want to call it a night too. Because Funky said we could,
Yep,
close
yep.
early.
I'm good with that. I've been chasing grandchildren all day, and so that always wears me out. I'll be worn out all day tomorrow from them today.
Yeah, that's the way I am. That's with my fibro. I do something. I did laundry the other day, 3 loads, and the next day, forget it. You couldn't move me off the couch.
Right. Yeah. No, I can relate. I just blame my age though on that, and slowing down. It had to happen because I used to run myself crazy all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you get some rest, and
Good
everybody have sweet dreams. And
night, Funky.
we'll chat next time. I'll have to try to catch up on YouTube stuff.
Oh, you're on 20. I'm about to go to bed.
No, you're not.
Yeah, yeah.
Myself out.
Did you know that you're
Sorry
not?
about that. Are you there?
Ellie Mae.
She was talking and I arrowed back and it just kicked me out.
Yeah, I think she jumped off.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I can't stop yawning. All right, Funky and chat. Well, you guys have a good evening. Good rest of your evening.
You too, Walkie. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Oh
Love
my
you
gosh.
guys.
Ellie Mae just left.
Okay. All right. You guys have a good evening. Love you.
Love you too.
Good night. Get some rest.
All of you get some rest.
All
Love
right.
all of you. Love you, Jesus Freak. Love you, Fernanda. Love you, Pamela. Love you, Annette. Love you, Diane Frank. Love all of you guys. Love ya. Love you, Jesus Freak. I'm about to start doing 10 lives a day, guys. I'm about to start doing 10 lives a day. We're about to start having fun. It's gotten boring. I'm not even putting out content. It's gotten boring. So, yeah, we know you did it, Ellie Mae, on accident. But I love you guys. We're about to get down to it. I just got to get a new camera. But I love you guys. Sweet dreams, everyone. I'll miss you guys, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah.